good afternoon, guys. How is everybody doing? Welcome to Stacy Stunning TV, guys. Happy Saturday. How is everyone doing? Guys, I'm actually trying this new rotation on YouTube Live today. I usually film vertically, but I'm wondering if I can start doing it horizontally, because that's how I'm used to recording my video. I'm trying something new. If this doesn't come out good, I'll be so upset. How is everyone doing? Welcome to Stacy Stunning TV, guys. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, guys. Welcome, welcome. Welcome in. Happy Saturday. Happy spring. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day today. Hi, Liberty. Happy Saturday. How are you doing, girlie? Happy Saturday. We actually have something to talk about today. I'm actually teaching today. I have my notes that I took. So I'm waiting for a few more people to come on in. Happy Saturday. Today, we're going to be discussing something that is on my heart. Something that is dear to my heart. Wonderful. What are you doing today? What's the plans for the day? Any plans for today? I'm here at my shop. Guys, how do you like my hairstyle? Guys, I got my hair done yesterday, and let me just tell you, while this hair is so cute, I did not sleep last night. I got zero sleep last night simply because of these little shiny bumps. There was actually 5 of them. I had one here, and these 3. But guys, I could not sleep last night. I could not sleep. I tossed, I turned. I can't tell you how many times I woke up. Or you're just chilling. That's the best thing to do on a Saturday. So we actually have a topic to discuss today. I was gonna go record it and like pre-record it and upload it, but I'm just like, you know what? It's gonna be so much fun for me to come on here. It's been a few days since I came on live, so I think I want to come on here and talk. And this topic today is for my ladies, for my moms, for my girls. The topic is how to stop feeling guilty for taking rest. How to stop feeling guilty for taking rest as a woman. And I'm so excited. Like, this topic has been on my heart for the longest time. As you guys know, I usually record these topics and I usually upload them, but I think it would be cool for me to come on live. I love interacting with you guys, and I think it's Saturday, so a lot of people's home today. So yeah, welcome to my channel. I'm just waiting for a few other people. How to stop feeling guilty for taking rest as a woman. How to stop feeling guilty. Do you feel guilty? If you're watching this video right now and you're a mom, you're a woman, you do a lot, put in the chat. I want you to put in the chat, comment in the chat. I'm a mother. I'm so excited. Yes, yes. Being a mom, isn't being a mom the best thing? It's one of the best, hardest thing to do. Like, I'm a mom too. My son is 18. And looking back, I had my son when I was 16. And looking back, girl, it has not been an easy journey. It was rough and tough, but now that time has passed and he's 18 now, and I'm looking at him and I'm just like, you know what? Like, I did that. Like, I did that with God's help. I grew my son when I was 16 and I got pregnant. It was so difficult. Like, let me just tell you, it took me a while to even buy my son something, because when I was in school, I was in high school, and you know, as a kid, you have all these dreams for yourself. You know, you envision yourself going to college or university and doing well, and you know, like making your family proud. And you know, when pregnancy is something that happened, it kind of put a damper in your mood and just your overall self-worth and the way that you look at yourself. You know what I mean? Yeah, but it's tiring. It's tiring. I know it is tiring. It is tiring. But when you look at their little faces, you're just like, you know what? I gotta keep going. I gotta keep pushing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually start the discussion today, And as people come in, everybody will chime in. Of course, when you come in, please give this video a nice big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed as yet. I would love to have you here on this channel. We create a lot of, faith-based femininity, beauty, all of these different things. We talk about different topics with women and being a woman, being a feminine woman, like empowering stuff. Like I try to bring out content that is gonna always motivate and uplift you and tell you the reason why you can versus the reason why you can't. The world is always throwing a lot of negative towards us as women, especially. And so I want to be a light. This is my, let me look at it as like service to humanity. So yes, if you like those type of content, give this video a nice big thumbs up and definitely stick around. Comment, let me know where you're watching me from so I can give you a quick shout out. So let's get right into it. How to stop feeling guilty for taking rest as a woman. No, I want to give you 2 questions. You're gonna see me looking down. If you see me looking, I have my notes here, okay? So the first question is, are you a woman watching? You're tired, you're drained, but there's so much to do in your life and you feel guilty for literally taking maybe some time to, I guess, sit down and watch TV, maybe read a book, or like maybe taking a nap. I found myself the other day, I found myself resting more during the day, and in between me resting, I started thinking, girl, like, why are you resting? You shouldn't be resting right now. Like, you have stuff to do. You need to do laundry. You need to clean the house. You need to throw out this. You need to throw out that. You need to do the dishes. You need to do this. I found myself like going in a little panic and being like, oh my gosh, like you have no business resting right now. Right? So if you're watching this video and you're a woman and you feel drained and tired all the time, see, I remember when we first met each other, you were at the hair salon. Oh my gosh, yes, by Chantel, right? Aw, I love you, girl. Thank you so much for supporting. I really do appreciate you. I really, really do appreciate you. See, this is why I love the internet. This is why I love the internet. Like, the internet was created for us in such a time as now, because like even though we're not close, like even though we're like miles and miles apart, or like we're countries apart, we can still connect, like, and have a relationship and just share and all of these good things. So a lot of people say that the internet is bad and all of that. They have a lot of negative things to say, but for me, I'm so grateful for the internet. I'm so grateful, because how else would I meet people from across the world? I don't travel. I don't have the money to travel like that as I would like to, and the internet makes it possible. So I love that. Now, the second question is, are you a mom? You're clearly tired, out of energy, but you feel guilty about just sitting, doing nothing, taking a nap because the kids need something, so you feel guilty. That's the second question. So you don't even have to be a mom, just a woman. Like, you're existent, just a woman, and you're tired. And so when you decide to take a break and you decide to relax, you feel guilty because there's always something to do. Now, as women, just women, like, let's not even look at the fact that you're a mom. As women, sometimes maybe you're the eldest daughter, maybe you're the only daughter, maybe you're a mom, maybe you're that woman that take charge in your family, right? As women, we are the backbone of our family. And if we feel guilty about taking rest, there's a reason why. Because again, it's good to relax sometimes. It is really good to relax, and I'm gonna give you some tips as to why. Like, because I think we know that it's good to relax, but a lot of times our world gets packed with so many things that we forget. And so I want to give a reminder to us all that we should not feel guilty about taking rest. It's necessary. It is necessary. Okay, and you're gonna see as I progress on in the video, right? So I was saying, like, we have a right to feel guilty because there's so many things around us. Again, we're the backbone of our family. Like, for me, I'm the eldest daughter of 3 siblings, and so while my other siblings do things and they do contribute to the family, honestly, a lot of times I feel like a lot of responsibilities is left on me, right? Not to mention, I'm a mom, right? I have a partner, right? I have a career woman. I have a business. We plus there's society, social media. We always looking in, and there's so much extra pressure there, so that when you sit down to take a break, you're thinking, you know what, I should be doing this. Especially, I'm a content creator. Maybe you're watching, your content creator. We wear so many different hats. So when we sit down to take a break, it's like oh my gosh, there's something to do. You need to get up. There's something that's in us that's telling us that we have no right to be taking a break and we have no right to take a rest. But did you know this is what's burning us out? This is what's killing us. This is what's causing us to underperform. This is what's causing us to fall. This could be the thing that's causing us to fall in depression and stress. And when we're depressed and we're stressed, who are we even serving? I'm the only girl and the oldest sibling. Oh my goodness. See, you wear so many hats among being a mom, and you have other things outside of your family that you do. So I can feel the pressure. I understand. I can totally relate. Okay? Now guys, we want to shift away from this mindset. And the reason why for our own good, for our good and the good of our family who we love, that we're doing everything for. And the reason why we need to shift away from this mindset is simply because not taking rest can manifest into depression. We know the end result of depression over time. It can manifest in stress in your body. Okay? Stress, depression, disease, sicknesses. So while we think that we're being everything to everyone, we're actually killing ourselves slowly. And at the end of the day, is this helping anyone? No. There's this thing online that became very popular over the past few years, and it's the femininity movement, where a lot of content creators are putting out femininity, masculinity, soft girl era, soft life. And I think this came about from a result of people, specifically women, tired. They're just tired. We're tired, and we're realizing that hustle culture is not it. Burnout culture is not it. And so we're gravitating towards this femininity and this soft life and soft girl era because we see this as a way to rest, to take a break, to unwind, to do less while we achieve more. And you might hear me say do less and achieve more and think, is that even possible? Yes, it is possible. Because think about it. If you're well rested, have you ever just randomly take a nap? How it refuels you. Oh my gosh, I love random naps, especially in the middle of the day. I love random naps because what it does, when I wake up, I feel like a superwoman. I feel supercharged. I feel re-energized. Sometimes when I wake up from a nap and I look in the mirror, I feel like my wrinkles are gone. I look so alive and full of energy, and I feel so creative, and I want to rush to do something. I want to rush to do this, that, and the third. This is what you get from resting. When you rest, you refuel, you re-energize, and you show up so much better. You're so much more present. It makes you look so young. I don't think I need to tell you guys, taking a rest make you look young. The other day I was talking to my pastor, and if you see my pastor, let me just tell you, she looked the same age as me, okay? She looked the same age as me, and her age is twice as mine, okay, or even more, but she looked the same age as me. And by talking and discussing things with her, she said one of the things that she do is she take a lot of rest. She takes a lot of rest. She don't worry. She go to sleep at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. Can you imagine if you go to sleep at 7 p.m. for, let's say, 1 month? That is definitely a goal for me, because if you see my pastor, you would not believe that she is the age that she is. As I said, she look at the same age as me. But anyways, yes. So if that don't convince you, I don't know what will. But let me get into the points as to why you should not feel guilty about taking rest and why you should do it even more. Okay? After you're done watching this video today, I hope I inspire you, motivate you, and encourage you to take more rest and not feel bad about it. The very first point as to why you should not feel guilty about taking rest as a woman, as a mom, is God took rest. Think about that. God, the creator of the universe, all-seeing, all-knowing God, Jehovah God, saw it fit for him to take rest in the beginning when he was creating the world. The Bible says on the seventh day, God sees all working and he rested. So if God, who created everything, saw it fit for him to take rest, who are you? Who am I? Who are we? Why are we feeling guilty about taking rest? God, God, our creator, took rest. Guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Stacy Stunning TV. If you're new here, give this video a nice big thumbs up and join the family. We would love to have you. We have a lot of motivating content coming down the pipeline. Today we're talking about how to stop feeling guilty for taking rest as a woman. If you're watching, you're a mom, you're a woman, and you find it hard to sit down and take a rest, take a nap during the day, this video is for you. The very first point as to why you should not feel guilty about taking rest is because God took rest. And I feel like God did this because he knew that we were gonna feel tired as well. He knew that we were gonna come into the world. We were gonna be working. As women, we're gonna be wearing a lot of hats. And you know, this video is focused towards women mostly, but that's not to say that men can't take advice as well. Men work a lot and they're the breadwinners for the family. They're the leaders. And a lot of times men can feel like they're not worth anything. But men too, you need to take rest. And you need to not feel guilty about taking rest. Okay, so even though I'm speaking to the women today, men, you need to take rest as well. You definitely need to take rest as well. Okay, so the very first point, God took rest. And I feel like God did this to model for us, to show us how important it is to take rest. That's what the Sabbath day is for. That's the reason why we have the Sabbath day, the seventh day. All work cease, take a rest, take a break, because God saw that it would be necessary for us to refuel, re-energize, and come back refreshed and renewed. He knew that when we take rest, we can come back brand new. We can come back with a fresh pair of eyes. We can come back to be creative, more focused, or you know, our attention would be sharp, our decision making would be sharp, and this is necessary for us to do good in our life or anything that we're undertaking, whether it be business or pleasure or whatever it is. Okay, second point is God gave us permission to rest, and that's why we have the Sabbath day. I think I mentioned a little bit of this in the previous point, but yes, so this is the reason why we have a Sabbath day. And it doesn't matter if you're Pentecostal, if you're Catholic, if you're Seventh-day Adventist, there is a Sabbath day. There's a Sabbath day, and that day is a day of rest. That is a day when we don't do any work. Okay, it's a day for us to rest. It's a day for us to worship. Okay, all right, the third point I want to mention here, and I'm actually gonna be reading this from my notes. God specifically gave us women, okay, specific time during the month for us to rest. And this is evident through our menstrual cycle every month. That 2 weeks when we don't feel so good, when everything gets on our nerve, okay, when we feel like eating all the comfort food that we want to eat during the month, that is our time to rest, because God knew that as women we were gonna wear so many hats and we would need the rest. So he specifically put it in our biological makeup that we have to slow down every month, every day, every month. When you have your menstrual cycle, that is your time to rest. That fall season, if you do cycle syncing, you know about the fall season. It's basically the period leading up to like your menstrual. That's when you feel like not doing anything. You find that your energy is lacking. You feel like you don't want to go out. You just want to stay in. You just want to be comforted. You want to eat whatever you feel like eating. That is your period for you to rest, for you to give yourself, your body time to refuel, re-energize. It's time for you to, you know, flush out all the toxin out of your body. I feel like God just specifically have some special love for his daughters. That's why he gave us this time. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel ashamed. Don't feel like you're doing anything wrong. Take this time. take this time to rest. Your body needs rest. You're gonna feel so much more re-energized, so much more happy, so much more sharp, so much more creative, right? Decision making will be like this. Indecision has a lot to do with tiredness. When you're tired, you can't make decision properly, or you make poor decisions and then you regret it after. Okay? All right. So the next point is if you don't take rest, eventually you'll be sick, depressed, and disease would set in. Okay? And this is why you know how they always say you can pour from an empty cup. This is a good example. You can't pour from an empty cup. So while you're thinking that, oh my God, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have a family, I have my kids, I have to cook, I have to clean, I have to attend to them, you're doing yourself um, a disservice when you keep burning out yourself. Because first of all, if you're tired, you're not going to be fully there. You're really going to miss the moments that is supposed to be special between you and your kids. Because have you ever heard that saying that you're there but you're not really there, that you're hearing but you're not really listening? This is what happened when you burn yourself out and you refuse to take rest. You think you're there physically, but your mind is far away. You're thinking about sleeping, you're thinking about resting, you're thinking about just your bed. You want to rest, you need a break, okay? And moms especially battle this, especially if you're a single mom and you don't have help and stuff like that. Like, I really sympathize and empathize with you. You definitely need to make an arranged plan. If it be that you know make arrangement to for your family, maybe to take your kids for an hour or two, just so that you can take some rest, take some time for yourself, re-energize, refuel. They always say, it takes a family, sorry, it takes a community to raise a child, and it is true, because there's gonna come a time when you're burnt out. You're burnt out, you need a rest, you need a break, you need a breather. Okay, as much as I love my son, growing up, I've always practiced myself to take a break, and I'm so grateful that I had my mom who, willingly helped me and support me and gave me the chance to take a break, take a rest. And even if it's taking a massage or taking a moment from the house to go to get your nails done, maybe you go take a weekend away or something. Like, it takes a village, and this is what they mean by a village, because there's gonna be a time when, yes, you love your kids, but you're burnt out and you're tired. So definitely make arrangement to get some break, and don't feel guilty about it. Remember, it's a positive. Okay. The next point is, I think I already mentioned this one. If you don't rest, you're not serving your family anyways, because you're not really there. You're just there in the physical, but you're not actually paying attention. You know what I mean? You're not really paying attention. Welcome to the channel, guys. If you're now coming in, welcome to Stacy Studying TV. Give this video a nice big thumbs up. We're talking about why you should not feel guilty, or how to stop feeling guilty for taking rest as a woman, as a mom, as a sister, as a wife, whatever it is. All right. The next point I have is, when you take time to take rest, guys, you'll be so much more creative. You'll feel so much smarter, so much wiser, sharper, more focused. Again, you can make better decisions. You're more creative. You're gonna all of a sudden find that you have ideas for maybe business or project or something that you're passionate about. Finally, you're gonna get the know-how on the inside as to how you can navigate that, how exactly you can get to that dream or get to that goal quicker when you have rest. And this is what they mean by doing less and achieving more. Because think about it, when you're not tired and you're not drained and you're not stressed out, you have the ideas, you have the energy to actually pursue your goals, right? And achieve great success when you do it. All right. The next and final point that I have here, guys, is you deserve to rest simply because you exist. You deserve to rest simply because you exist, because you're human, because you're a woman. God created you and God rested. He rested and He's God. So simply because you exist, you are an inhabitant of the earth, you deserve to rest. Know that. And you don't need to feel guilty. You don't have to earn rest by being exhausted. It's a right. It's a human right to take rest, guys. So if you're watching this video today and you're tired and you're burnt out and you feel like your energy is depleted, you don't have any motivation, like you just feel like, oh my gosh, like if I see a bed, I'm just gonna fall on my face right now, guys. Let this be a sign for you to take rest, take a break, unwind, give this to yourself. This is what it means to be basking in your femininity, your true divine femininity. Taking rest, taking a break, relaxing, knowing that what don't get done is gonna get done, even if you don't show up to do it. It's gonna get done. Things just work out. It do, and it's not to say it. This is not to encourage laziness in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying, listen to your body because our body talks to us. That's the reason why sometimes we get sick, is because we're tired. We're tired and we're drained. And being sick is our body way of telling us, hey, I need to rest. If I don't rest, you're gonna crash and burn. And so it's like a force. God forces us to take rest. Okay? So take rest without being forced to do so. Okay? Because that's gonna cost you way more, and it's, you're not serving anyone. Okay, guys, I had so much fun making this video. Honestly, it's helping to heal my traumas. I'm actually preaching to myself as well, because I am definitely guilty of overworking. But for the past few months to a year, I've been realizing, you know what, like you need to take a break. I was over 8 years career girly for the past 8 years, working in the banking and financial service industry, and I did not realize how burnt out I was, how tired I was, how lacking sleep and energy I was operating in, until I stopped working for people and actually had more time on my hand. And then my body's just like, yeah, I find myself feeling tired even more. And I realized it's because of all those years that I've worked tirelessly, moving like a hamster every single day without taking proper sleep and proper care of myself, simply because I'm trying to impress the boss, or I'm trying to chase money and all of these different things. I did not realize until I was on the outside looking in. And I know I'm not the only one. I know, yes, I'm working right now. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm working for myself. So I have more time to, take my rest and make, as much money as I want, because, it's tied to how I show up. But I know I'm not the only one. I know you're probably watching and you're a mom. You're probably a girl boss. You're an entrepreneur. You're probably a career girly. But you're tired. You're tired and you feel guilty for taking rest. You need not do that. There's no more of that. No more feeling guilty about taking rest. As of today, let's make a promise to ourselves that we're going to take rest when we need to take rest. We're going to take rest and we're not going to feel no guilt attached to it. Once you're done taking rest, then you can return to doing whatever task or chore or responsibility that you have to take. And, that brings us to the end of this video, guys. I hope we're having a wonderful Saturday. I'm guessing my subscribers are out enjoying the weather, because there's nobody on here right now. But I'm going to leave this for you. And once you tune in later on, give this video a nice big thumbs up. Let me know where you're watching me from, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye, guys.